Hello all. Welcome to Pricing Cloud training session. In today's session, we are going to cover overview of pricing, sales order pricing, pricing setups, business flows and use cases, and skill checks. We also have advanced training on Pricing Cloud for the topics listed here. Let's get started. What is a price? Price is the amount of money that a seller charges a buyer in exchange for any product or service. Organizations use different pricing strategies to arrive at the selling price. What are they? Cost plus pricing, value based pricing, dynamic pricing. What is cost plus pricing? In cost plus pricing, items are priced by adding a profit markup on top of the total cost of an item. For example, if overall cost of an item is $100, sale price will be $100 plus 10% profit, which is $110. This is simple and ensures that all costs are covered in the sale price, but may not be effective in competitive market as price may be higher or lower than market price. And another way of pricing is value based pricing, in which items are priced based on the value it is providing to the customer. For example, a smartphone with more features will have higher price when compared to the smartphone with less features. This type of pricing requires deep understanding of the market and customer requirements. And another way of pricing is dynamic pricing. In this type of pricing, items are priced based on the demand in the current market. For example, airline or hotel prices will go up when the demand is high and will go down when demand is less. This type of pricing helps business in maximizing the revenue by optimizing the price based on the demand, but may be perceived unfair by customers. This also requires technology and data analytics to predict the market demand. Let's go to the next slide. Pricing cloud can be used to price transactions from various sources such as sales orders from order management, contracts from contracts module, inter-org, intra-org, intercompany material transactions from inventory module. In this slide, we will see how sales orders are priced coming from order management. In order management, go to create sales order page. Enter customer name and tab out. Order management calls pricing cloud via service mappings. Service mappings will provide the pricing strategy to be used for that customer. When you enter an item and tab out, order management again calls pricing module for pricing details of that item. Pricing process execute respective pricing algorithms and provide the item price back to the order management. Similarly, when an item is added to sales order lines or sales order is saved, submitted, repriced, or validated, order management calls pricing cloud for item pricing details. Depending on type of transaction, pricing module uses different pricing processes and algorithms. For example, get sales pricing strategy is used to derive the pricing strategy, and price sales transactions is used to price the sales order lines. In this diagram, we will see how pricing strategy is derived. After entering the customer name, Pricing Cloud tries to identify the pricing profile for that customer. Pricing profile is a combination of various attributes. Once pricing profile is identified, it will try to identify the pricing segment assigned to that pricing profile. After identifying the pricing segment, next step is to derive the pricing strategy. And pricing strategy is a combination of various pricing rules, such as price list, discount list, cost list, and so on. We will discuss about this in detail in later sessions. And this this image shows how price is calculated. Once pricing strategy is identified, next step is to get the base list price of that item from the price list setup. After deriving the base list price, it will apply any price adjustments to get the list price. Once list price is identified, it will apply discounts on top of it based on the discount rules. And then it will calculate the net price. On top of net price, any taxes are applied. And it will also show cost of goods sold and profit margins. Once all details are derived, Pricing Cloud will send this information back to order management to display the information to the user. And Pricing Cloud uses consistent logic across all channels to calculate accurate pricing. Now, let's go to the next slide. This slide will provide more details on how pricing is calculated and various price components. This sales order has three lines. Line 1 is a return transaction. Line 2 is a sale transaction. Line 2.1 is a monthly maintenance related to line 2. Let us see the line 2 details. This snippet has various price components. The first is base price list of an item, which is $10,000. And we can see that tier adjustments are applied on top of the $10,000 to get list price, which is $9,000. And then discount rules are applied to get your price or net price. And on top of net price, tax is calculated to get net price plus tax. And it is also showing cost of goods sold for that item based on the cost list setup. Finally, the margin, which is the difference between your price and cost of goods sold. Please note that sometimes your price will also contain tax included in that, depending on taxation setups. Similarly, you can see the details for other lines for setup fee, return transaction, and this image shows how totals are calculated. Let's go to the next slide.